Good morning to all. How are you? Hope you all are doing fine, right? So let's begin the class. Yes, so today's topic I'm going to discuss is about crop management. Clear? Yes. So from the textbook, you can see a farmer thinking. Okay, what does the farmer is thinking? Why he is thinking? Yes, so he is thinking the ways to improve his yield. That means he want to get a better quality plants. Okay, so that all will take the plants from him. But due to some pests and weeds, the plants are not growing properly. So he is worried in that. So have you noticed, children, he is thinking? Yes. So what he is thinking there? He is thinking that if I use weedicides, or if I use pesticides, or if I use chemical fertilizers, is it possible that if I use this all, will I get a good plant quality or good yield? So he is thinking that. Do you think that the decision of the farmer was correct? I don't think so. Do you think? Let's see. Okay? Yes. So children, there are many advantages and disadvantages of using it. Okay? But it is not wise to use chemical fertilizers, pesticides, weedicides to a large extent. You know, children, this chemical fertilizers, it will destroy the fertility of the soil. What do you mean by the fertility of the soil? That means the soil will lose all its essential nutrients. So the plants will not be able to grow. And not only that, children, the chemical fertilizers will also destroy the microorganisms which is present in the soil. What is this microorganisms? Yes, bacteria, fungi, everything. So that is very useful for the plant growth and to supply the nutrients and all. So it will destroy that also. Okay, and some pesticides and weedicides and also chemical fertilizers, they will destroy the plant, and as a result the plant will get infected and it will die. So these are some of the chemical fertilizers, that is rock phosphate, NPK, that is nitrogen phosphate, potassium, everything is there in that. Okay? Yes. So these are some of the chemical fertilizers which farmers are using. But it is not good. So then what is the next possible way? Yes, we can use biopesticides and biofertilizers. What is this biopesticides? It's a type of pesticide which is taken from the natural materials like plants, animals and all. Okay, and some are homemade also. So here in your textbook, there is some biopesticides given in your textbook like tobacco decoction, neem cake and neem oil emulsion. Can you see, children? Yes. So these are the methods or the ways how to prepare it. So that you have to read it by yourself. Is it clear? Yes. So what is the use of this biopesticides? Before that, I will say about biofertilizers. What are biofertilizers? Yes, they are the substances which contains living microorganisms. Okay? Sometimes it may be the microorganism, that is living microorganism from the waste of animal waste. Okay? there will be small microorganisms. And you know what is the advantage of this? If you supply it to the soil, it will promote the plant growth, and also it will supply all the nutrients which is essential for the plant growth. Okay? Yes, so that is the advantage. And also one more thing is that it is less cost, so that even the farmers can also use it. So some of the biofertilizers which is given in your textbook are cow dung, green manure, poultry droppings, goat droppings, okay, fish manure, then vegetable waste is also a manure. And what is the meaning of manure, children? It is the waste from the plant and animal. That is called manure. So green manure means waste from the plants. Okay? And animal droppings, that is goat droppings. Droppings means the waste from the goat, or the waste from the poultry. Poultry means hen, duck, everything. Okay, so these are certain biofertilizers which is given in your textbook. Clear? Yes. So what is the advantages of both? If you use this biopesticides and biofertilizers, it increases the fertility of the soil, first one. Okay? And also it will retain the microorganisms living in the soil. That is the second point. Okay? So that the plants will grow nicely and the farmer can get a better yield, the better result, better high quality plants. Okay? So these are the advantages of biopesticides and biofertilizers, because they are very eco-friendly. Okay? We are using all the natural things. We are not adding any chemicals or anything. There is no such chemicals in the biopesticides and biofertilizers. So is it clear, children? Yes. Then you can see a girl, Veena, interviewing a farmer. Can you see, children? Yes. So what does that girl ask? She is asking, what are the ways to reduce the pest? You know, pests are small insects which will destroy the plants. Okay, so that is why we are using these pesticides. Clear? So she is asking, what are the ways to reduce the pest? So you just see what the farmer is saying. We can use biopesticides like tobacco decoction. Okay, so if you use this, what are the advantages? It will kill the worms which eat on the leaves, and also the pest and other insects which destroy the fruits. So that is the use of this tobacco decoction. So he is not telling that we should use chemical fertilizer. Have you noticed, children? Yes, he is telling only to use biopesticides or biofertilizers. What is the next one? She is asking, what are the alternate methods to control the pest? Is there any other method? She is asking. So do you see what the farmer is saying? Yes, the farmer says that there are many methods like hand pecking. You are taking the unwanted insects from the hand, and trap settings. By putting certain traps also, we are destroying them. Okay, so by these methods you can control the pest. And also the farmer is telling that calotes, that means chameleons, calotes and frogs and all will eat this pest, so that the pest will be in control. Okay, so these are the ways, other methods to control the pest. Not only biopesticides, these are also the methods to control the pest. Is it clear? Yes. Now next one is, she is asking about drip irrigation. What is that? She wants him to explain the drip irrigation. So children, do you know what is drip irrigation? Yes, drip means drop by drop. Irrigation means water. So you are supplying the water, okay, in the form of pipes and all. Many pipes will be arranged. You can see in the picture. Okay, and you are supplying the water to the base of the plant. That means to reach the roots. So the pipes are connected in such a way that the water will reach at the base, that is at the root, so that the roots can absorb the water and can easily grow. And this is done not every time, 2 or 3 times, that is at regular intervals. There will be a gap. Always it doesn't supply the water. There will be a gap there. So 2 or 3 times and there will be a break. Then again after some period they will supply the water. So that is drip irrigation. That is supplying the water to the base of the plant at regular intervals. Okay, so that the plants will grow properly. So is it clear? Drip irrigation? Yes. So in the textbook they have asked you to prepare a questionnaire. You have to prepare some question when you are interviewing an agricultural officer. Okay, so that we can discuss during the class discussion time. Is it clear, children? Yes. So today's topic we have learned about crop management and the uses of biopesticides and biofertilizers, and never use chemical fertilizers. If you are using chemical fertilizers, it should be in proper quantity so that it must not destroy the soil fertility. Is it clear? Yes. Then we look the interview of Beena to the farmer. So hope this concept is clear to you. Okay? Yes. So the next class I will take the next section. Is it okay? So hope everything is clear. Yes, very good. So till then, bye.